talk, an oracle pull on the super full moon that we're having here in on August 11th and 12th. You can feel the moon and see it at its beautiful peak tonight. Today is the 10th while I'm recording this. What is the Aquarius full moon about? It is the last super moon, so when it's going to be really close down to earth, so really get out there and do your meditations, do your release work. Full moons are all about what it's a release. You know, anytime I do a full moon meditation, I put out my crystals so it could rejuvenate its own healing powers and bring that back to you. This is all about renewal. Full moons are things that are illuminated, things that come into light for you to see. But what is the Aquarius full moon? Aquarius is a sign for connections, connectivity, unity, independent energy. It is artistic, spiritual, and it is about, you know, a feeling of, also brings up about, Aquarius is a humanitarian, so it's questioning maybe your place within the world, and it's bringing also with the star card, because the star card represents Aquarius in the tarot, which is about hope, wishing upon a star, healing, fate, and really having the blessings from the universe at this time. So it's also where we're feeling with these energies, where you're feeling connection to the world, to the people around you, to what you're doing, or also a disconnect from the world, from the people around you, from your own self possibly, and really looking into where these things are coming up. So a sense of maybe separation from others, a separation from the world. Are you questioning your place with the full moon and a release? Full moons again are a release. It's a release of pain, a release of letting go of the past, because by becoming conscious of our connection to our own internal dialogue with ourselves, and asking why we behave and think and have certain thought patterns. So we're really looking at things that put us on the same cycle, rinse, repeat cycle. And full moons are a great way to really release and unblock and really look at ourselves from a higher perspective, from a higher mind, and to unlock and experiment your own self in a unique way, your own ideas in a unique way. So it really is about looking at ourselves within the world, and you know, how are we behaving? What is the expression? And you know, and we're really looking at, because we just did also have the Leo new moon, and we've had the Lion's Gate. Now those energies, huge energies, are at play right now. But Leo is, we mentioned during the readings, if you haven't watched them, please go back and watch them. But being Aquarius, yes, is for the collective and is a humanitarian. Leo, Leo sun, which is also known for the expression of the heart, but as well as ego. So really looking at where we are within that. So there can be a push-pull energy right now between what is right for humanity, your place within the world, and also this between yourself. So Aquarius is others, right? And it's between whatever is between you and others and the choices that you're making. So there can be this push-pull between the individual versus the collective, the group. So whatever that is for you. Now you're gonna have this feeling of, you know, wanting to be over here, but you're being pulled over here. So really looking at that, and what is that bringing up for you? Again, we're questioning our place in the relationship, our place in the job, our place in the world, our place with what is happening within the world at this time, in your place, and you're just shining a light to a new path for you. What is this new path? Again, staying very conscious. We're really practicing consciousness and making our decisions based on a conscious decision, and not based on old behavior, old thought patterns, and old belief systems. So where things are illuminating, it's providing a turning point right now, an energy that is shining on a new path. So what do you know about you and where you're going that you may have been denying yourself of. And what do you want? You know, wanting to break free, or take a risk. You know, what would that be? What is that idea, that unique way, that unique expression of you? You know, so Aquarius, about the higher mind, learning, and really tuning in and tapping into the star card energy as well, which is about allowing your dreams to come into reality, and really asking yourself, you know, what is it that you want, and finding a middle balance right now, really staying grounding and finding a balance. And we're going to pull some oracle cards. Right now it's 555, so look that up too, which is all about change. Let's see what these oracles have to say. Why don't we start with a tarot, and look at that. I have two cards that came out. So we do have the card of Judgment, and I love it. We have the card of Wheel of Fortune. So right now it is a great awakening. You know, Aquarius age is what we're waking up from slumber, from a sleep. This really is, with the angel, I believe it's Angel Gabriel, is blowing the horn to wake you up from the slumber, and releasing all judgments upon yourself and even the world, even with what is going on in the world, because we're all stepping into we're turning the wheel into different timelines. So these timelines are, what is it for those that are awakening? There's that wake-up call, an awakening to the world, to what has been happening, to what is going on. Where's your place within the world? We're not here to stay in any judgment in regards to what we feel is good or bad. This is a turning, recognizing everything is turning, whether you want to turn with it or not. So this is a release of judgment, a liberation. It's a call to freedom. You're freeing yourself from the slumber, from being asleep, and now you're turning into another timeline. The Wheel of Fortune and the Judgment card. And at the bottom, I did also have the Two of Pentacles. On the bottom at that, we have the Eight of Cups. So what are you still hanging on to? What is it that you still are waiting to turn a corner on? For some of you, there could be a decision about really letting go of something, a release. You know, if you still haven't turned a corner on something, you still haven't left something behind. So maybe there's been an emotional attachment to this thing that you want to leave behind. Here again, it's about you coming into your own spirit. The Judgment is a card of liberation. It is about you returning home to yourself and turning the corner. So this would be what is still unfinished, that you're still juggling, going back and forth on, that you need to release yourself emotionally. The Aquarius is an air sign, and it's saying, you know, where are you still in attachment? And as I'm saying the air sign, I'm going to go ahead and pull an air. We're going to pull one of these and see what this card comes out and says. This is Omega Dragon. Harness the divine feminine power of creation. Intention. Hold your vision. Birth the higher consciousness. Exactly. So again, we're talking about birthing into a higher. This is a freedom, letting go. What still are you still hanging on to about your experiences? And you're birthing yourself into higher conscious, into awareness of your oversoul, of your soul, of who you are and why you have come to this planet. So there's a lot of messages here that are asking you to really release and to let go and to bring yourself into something higher than what you have experienced. And I'm just going to go ahead and pick that card. Okay, so we have the card of resilience. She's pulling all this weight. There's so much weight on her. Back to the Judgment, and this is turning. You're to leave something behind. So are you pulling the weight of the world on your back? This is turning a corner. It's a birth. The Judgment card is a birth of something, turning a corner of something. It's a new beginning, a birth. What have you been carrying? And the Omega, as it came out, you know, the feminine power of creation. The card of creation here talks about what? About new projects. It's about you really looking at what you are turning a corner within yourself. Have you not carried enough of the weight, maybe, of the world? And are you now looking at, you know, what your greatest desires, what your soul's greatest desires, what it is that you hold the vision of bringing into manifestation. And this is what the dragon is bringing. And the resilience card is about you really looking at where have you been imbalanced. Remember I said that you're to bring yourself balance between, you know, the collective and yourself. So it's being in balance between the Leo energy and the Aquarius energy. And you really want to look at, you know, where have you been in balance within your own life, within your own suffering, you know? Have you learned to grow? Through resilience, we learn and we grow. So that's the true power that happens from the inside of us, is when we really look at how resilient we have been to things. So now it's about the freedom to grow and to take that leap into this next, which is going to allow you to reach a higher, right? A higher you. It's you coming into you. It's your birthing to yourself as you recognizing your own true divinity, your own true potential. And as we're pulling here, the card that came out, trust all will be well. I love that. New moon in Virgo. We have trust all, and I believe, I want to say that the new moon that we're having is in Virgo. So we have the new moon in Virgo, trust all will be well, and be proud of yourself. Yes, it's time, cause and effect, karma. It's time for you to come into your own soul, and you've just been juggling about releasing something. But this is about awakening the dragon within yourself that's harnessing that divine power, the feminine of creation, and holding your own vision and birthing it into higher consciousness. So learning higher consciousness, you've dragged a lot of the world. You've gone through a lot, which has brought you a lot of lessons. But this is about you awakening to yourself, trusting that all will be well for all. That you don't have to do it for everyone else. You're here to do it for you, and you're part within the world. And then being proud of yourself with how far you have come and what all you have gone through. And then we have explore, love, and create. The only thing that holds you back. So explore what again is holding you back from your own creation. What are you juggling? What is it that you're still emotionally looking at? Are you still stuck in the past? Are you still hanging on to some things? You know, whether this was emotionally in relationships, whether it was in finances, whether it was in growth. It's like it's time for you to release these old emotions and allow the wheel to turn, so you can really look at your own experience and all that you have explored, all that you have learned, and really trusting and seeing that, you know what, all is well, that the universe has your back. The universe has your back, and for you, it's okay for you to trust it. You can trust that all will be well. And it's really seeing that for yourself, really recognizing that all is well. And as we're stepping into, and we pulled on that card, so we're going to go ahead and see at the bottom it says, trust what you need is here. And yes, it is. Trust whatever you need is here. Be proud of how far you've come, and look at how your resilience has carried you through so many changes. But it's time, you know, what have you not let go of? I just saw 444. So again, you want to look that up. You may want to look at master number 11 as well while you're at it, and which stands for individuality. 2 cards came out. And this says, I'm courageous and powerful. That would be very much for Leo. Oh, and I said that, and look, and it's Leo. That's beautiful. So we're still, you know, in this energy too of the Lion's Gate. If you haven't watched that, go back and watch that. You know, you're here to explore, love, and create, to bring balance to also the collective. And then on this card, we have, I will not remain stuck. I choose change. Yeah. Because change is all there is. You know, it is about exploring. It is about change. Choose change. Change into your own higher self. Until next time, sending you so much love, so much light. Namaste.